3, 2, 1. Hello, everyone. I wish you a good day, a good afternoon, and a good evening. Welcome to the spUN Virtual High School Debate Tournament 2024 for May 12th. Judge Andrew will be giving us feedback and announcing the winner at the end of the debate. Judge, please be sure and record your information in tabroom.com as soon as possible after this debate so that teams can be advised of their next debate status. I am the moderator and facilitator for this 2024 spUN tournament room, and my name is David Bratucu, and Tamara is assisting. I would like to read the following statement to you. The winning team is chosen based on their skill and effort, not on any preset NSS position. NSS clearly believes that humanity should continue to explore, develop, and settle space. However, NSS also believes that open, honest debate will facilitate that goal. It is important that space advocates understand and be able to express the anti-space case. No statement by any debater or coach is an official position of NSS. So now let's meet our debaters. The affirmative position is held by Team Psyche. Psyche is a NASA space mission launched in 2023 to explore the origin of planetary cores by orbiting and studying the metallic asteroid Psyche 16 beginning in 2029. The team is coached by Tammy Ruda. Tammy Ruda is returning for her 4th year as a coach in the spUN debates. She has also been coaching Lincoln Douglas debate in Massachusetts, USA for 8 years and was a Lincoln Douglas debater herself. A huge fan of Galileo, Copernicus, Kepler, and Brahe, Tammy earned her bachelor's degree in the history of science with a focus on the history of astronomy. Her degrees are from Harvard University. In her professional life, Tammy is a fundraising consultant providing guidance, training, and assistance to colleges, universities, and other nonprofits so that they can secure the financial resources they need to accomplish their important societal missions. Team Psyche, please give us your name and the country you are representing.
Hello, I'm Clibeș Veronica. I'm the first speaker for Team Psyche and I'm representing Romania.
Hello, my name is Sharvil Suryanshi. I'm F2 from Team Psyche and I'm representing India.
I'm Nadita Jaga, speaker 3 for the affirmative representing India.
Hi, my name is Tina Huang. I'm speaker 4 and representing South Korea.
Okay, great. Thank you. Next, we'll hear from Team CAPSTONE. CAPSTONE, that's Cislunar Autonomous Positioning System Technology Operations and Navigation Experiment, and it is a lunar orbiter that is testing and verifying the calculated orbital stability planned for the Lunar Gateway Space Station. The team is coached by Eric Odo, who is the Director of Communications for Niles West High School in Niles, Illinois. He holds a JD degree as well as several educational MS degrees. He has been named a second Diamond Debate coach and resides in Illinois. This is his 2nd year with the spUN Debates program. Team CAPSTONE, please give us your name and the country you are representing.
I am Shamashree. I will be the first negative speaker and I'm representing India.
I'm Yasaret Guerrero. I am the second speaker for the negative side from Team CAPSTONE, and I'm representing Mexico.
Hello everyone, I'm Andrei Prone and I am representing Romania.
Hello everyone, I'm Adarsh and I'm representing India.
Okay, thank you. If anyone has a question, please raise your hand in your participants icon on your screen. Please mute your mic unless you are speaking, and only the presenting team and judge should turn on their videos unless directed by the moderator. Our debating format today follows the same format as in the practice tournament. Let's get started. The 2024 spUN High School resolution is: space development would be best performed by autonomous AI and robotic systems. We'll hear from the first speaker from Team Psyche, representing the affirmative position. Team Psyche, your first speaker may begin your affirmative intro. You have 4 minutes.
Good morning, afternoon, or evening, ladies and gentlemen, esteemed jury and fellow debaters. Humanity undergoes perpetual development. It is critical that we carefully assess the most efficient approach to expanding our presence beyond Earth. The motion before us today asserts that space development would best be performed by autonomous AI and robotic systems. We, Team Psyche, affirm this resolution. I would like to begin by defining keywords for this debate. NSS, or the Alliance for Space Development, refers to space development as the construction of reusable infrastructure in space, the use of space as a location to create economic value, manufacture of products in space, the provision of services to Earth. Autonomous is defined in the NSS rulebook for this debate as the ability to operate independently. An AI might be autonomous doesn't mean that it still doesn't need to answer to some. It is defined as computer systems or machines that have some sort of the qualities that the human brain has, such as the ability to solve problems and learn from data supplied to them. According to computing professional Humayun Nazir, robotic systems are defined as systems of one or more computer-controlled manipulators that provide intelligent services and information by interacting with their environment via the use of various sensors, actuators, and human interfaces. We are debating today as part of the spUN debate, which focus on human activity in space and the value of universalization. As a reminder, universalization is the next phase of human development, embracing interplanetary relations and much more aggressive exploitation of opportunities that lie beyond the confines of Earth. Universalization implies an increasingly pervasive, abiding, and singular human focus on social, technological, economical, and cultural challenges and opportunities extending into our solar system, our galaxy, and well beyond. I am pleased to offer an overview of the three arguments that my teammates and I will be making in resolution. We will show that autonomous robots and AI are best for space development because they, first, maximize human safety, and second, have lower cost, and third, they operate with greater efficiency. Space is inherently dangerous with radiation, extreme temperatures, micrometeorites, and uncertainties that pose near constant threats. Sending robots into space minimizes the risk of human fatalities in the pursuit of space development. This brings me to our first point, safety. A single human life is irreplaceable. However, robots can be repaid, rebuilt, or replaced, allowing space development to continue even after setbacks. Stated by Bill Lewis on December 23, 2022, robots are more resilient and do better in extreme environments. This has been demonstrated by the use of robots here on Earth in the foreign stepping industry, in which temperatures exceed over 2,000 degrees Celsius, and in the international offshore energy industry, in which harsh weather conditions like heavy thunderstorms, corrosive environment, and limited visibility prevail and result in unsafe, even fatal conditions for humans. In space, even more dangerous circumstances arise. By realizing the benefits robots bring for space exploration, NASA has decided to develop the dual-axis control for extreme environments, or in short, DAISY. DAISY addresses a critical need of NASA's future exploration plans to investigate extreme environments within our solar system. Feasibility of these proposed missions is improved if subsystem can be designed to be more robust in operation and survivability, such as to reduce the burden of the overall system and preserve critical resources. In the case of DAISY, to operate a functional electromechanical subsystem at temperatures at or below minus 190 degrees Celsius addresses one of NASA technological hurdles. Therefore, Team Psyche affirms the resolution. Space development would be best performed by autonomous and robotic systems. My teammates look forward to providing you with our two additional arguments and supporting evidence as the round continues.
Thank you. Now we will begin a 3-minute prep time for the NEG team to prepare a cross-ex. If the NEG team is ready to move on before the 3 minutes has elapsed, please indicate to me and we will proceed.
Can I go for the questions?
Yeah. Please begin your minute cross-examination.
So you said that AI it will be more efficient than humans. Do you have any evidence supporting this statement?
Yes, thank you for bringing this up. As I mentioned, efficiency is an argument that our second speaker will bring up and bring also the evidence that you want in our second speech.
And what about cost efficiency? You said robots and AIs could be replaced, but how long would you keep replacing them? How will that affect the economy and the budget?
Yes, thank you for also addressing that. Robots and AI systems can be replaced in the case in which the mission fails, which makes those systems safer for humans. And of course, they need to be replaced only if
I'm
in case of
sorry,
failure.
I asked like there will be some cost of replacing them. So if you have to keep replacing them, they won't be cost efficient. And how will you
They
replace
will,
them?
thank you for the question. They will be more cost efficient than constantly launching more manned missions.
And how are you going to replace them?
By just launching them, they can be replaced by having another mission.
What about space debris then?
Yes, space debris is a concern. However, those missions can also be used in a sense of retreating that space debris. Of course, space development, as I mentioned, has a lot of branches, and we
I'm
can
sorry, I
also.
didn't understand your answer.
So, as I mentioned, space development has a lot of branches, and in this case, we can also use space development for collecting space debris, if that's your concern.
So you will be launching more like machinery into space to collect debris, and then those machinery, how will they be collected? It's just adding more and more space debris there in their orbit.
Those missions can return to on Earth as satellites, and if we constantly collect the debris, we can bring it back and recycle it. We have, yes, we do need to develop in this sense.
Okay.
However,
Okay, thank you. Your time is up. And now your opening argument, speaker -1 of Team Capstone. You have 4 minutes.
Good morning or good evening, one and all. I am Shama Shri of Team CAPSTONE, and I will be the first negative speaker today. We agree with the definition presented by the affirmative side, but we would like to redefine the following terms. Space development is defined as the extension of human activities beyond the Earth into solar system, creating permanent or semi-permanent human bases and facilities in space. Autonomous AI is a type of AI that would perform tasks without human intervention. As we take steps towards our universe and universalization, artificial intelligence is being represented as useful to this cause. Giving autonomous control to AI is an idea that keeps surfacing. Today, my teammates and I will argue why we believe the status quo needs to be maintained. AI is not yet ready to be implemented autonomously. AI systems are vulnerable to threats like hacking, malfunctions, which pose danger to whatever task is being performed. NPR and NCB News have published that on May of 2023, a viral fake story about bombing at Pentagon, accompanied by an AI-generated image which showed a big cloud of smoke over the Pentagon building. AI has also committed mistakes that at times can be fatal. CNN and NBC News reported one of the Uber self-driving vehicles killed a woman in Arizona back in March 2008. I quote the Washington report: AI is making it easy for anyone to create propaganda outlets, producing content that can be hard to differentiate from real news. And according to the research of Hopkins Bloomberg Public Health, realizing AI's potential hinges on our ability or to thoughtfully manage it and take ethical advantages of the opportunity it enables. It can go wrong. Those functions or like working autonomously can go wrong. From this, we can understand AI is not yet ready to handle autonomous system. And evidence shows AI is not, as the evidence shows, AI is not ready to function autonomously. which implies it needs human companionship. AI and a human both have flaws and can complement each other and rectify each other. This will give an increase to the rate of production made. One such example is the ISS. Back in 2018, Airbus, IBM partnered with ESA on floating AI for the International Space Station called the Crew Interactive Mobile Companion CMON. It is there to support astronauts on board mentally, as deep space research can be mentally challenging. Deep space research travels will pose unique challenges to the crew, inherently different from those currently experienced in the orbit, said Alexander Whittem. Humans play a crucial role in training these AIs. Humans can be the moral compass AI lacks, and AI can be working continuously to help humans. As this will prevent AI to cause any harm, and will prevent them from being misused. With human companionship, AI will not be easy to manipulate because there will be a human supervising its task. AI can be manipulated. I have evidence for this. If not administered by humans, this happens with the delivery service DPD. After customers showed that online chatbots could be manipulated into swearing and criticizing the company. With this, I will this evidence shows that it needs human companionship and supervision. And with this, I would like to conclude my speech. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Now, affirmative one from Team Psyche, please start your cross-ex. You are allowed 2 minutes.
Okay, thank you for your speech. So you said status quo should be maintained, but are you aware that in the status quo, AI and robotic systems are already widely in place?
But they're not performing the autonomous function you want them to perform. They still have human supervision there.
Yes, but as we mentioned, and as I stated in my case, AI human intervention is still okay in the affirmative word. So in our word, human intervention, I previously defined autonomous as the ability to operate independently. However, an AI might be autonomous, but that doesn't mean it still doesn't need to answer to human interfaces.
You said a autonomous AI will be helped by humans. Then how will it be autonomous?
I already told you the definition for autonomous stated in the NSS rulebook for this debate 2 times. I explained it to
Yes,
you
but
already.
when you say autonomous, it's supposed to work independently, as you mentioned. So if it's depending on human supervision, how is it independent?
Okay, thank you. I'm sorry. Now you're asking me the question. I have another question. However, do you think that space development can only be performed by humans?
We can not only not completely, no, neither by AI nor by human. As I mentioned, companionship. You cannot perform space development without technology, can you? So, but giving autonomous control is just losing control over everything. Like everything will be performed by AI, so we would have control over it, and we won't be able to input our creative ideas into it. So I would say that it will be performed with companionship.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Your time is up. Now affirmative two of Psyche. Now we'll offer the second argument for the affirmative team. You have 4 minutes.
Good morning, afternoon, and evening to our respected judge, moderator, and worthy opponents. I'm extremely pleased to present our second and third arguments in favor of affirming the resolution. Our second argument is that AI and robots make space development more affordable. Unlocking the cosmos with AI and robot isn't just about reaching new frontiers, it's about maximizing every dollar spent on our expansion into the cosmos. A. Lower initial development costs. A 2018 study by the National Research Council (NRC) estimated the cost of developing and launching a crewed mission to Mars at $500 billion compared to $10 to $20 billion for a robotic mission, showing that one single manned mission could fund 25 to 50 robotic missions. B. Supporting system costs. Maintaining a human crew in space requires expensive life support systems. A 2019 study by the R&D Corporation estimated the daily cost of life support for a crew of 4 astronauts on the International Space Station at $100,000, which indicates the fact that manned mission gets more expensive the more time it is planned for. In contrast, robotic missions like Mars rover utilize solar energy for power, eliminating the need of extensive support systems. Robots such as Spirit, Opportunity, Curiosity, and Perseverance have been used for multiple missions, spreading out initial development costs and making them more cost-effective in the long term. Our third argument is that AI and robots are more efficient. Universalization implies an increasingly pervasive, abiding, and singular human focus on social, technological, economical, and cultural challenges and opportunities extending into our solar system, our galaxy, and world beyond. We believe that this goal will be achieved more quickly using autonomous AI and robots. A. Travel time and distance. Robotic mission outpace human mission in distance and time due to human endurance and radiation limitation. This is reflected by the fact that NASA's Parker Solar Probe holds the record with a speed of 252,792 kilometers per hour, over 6 times faster than the highest speed achieved by a manned mission, around 39,897 kilometers per hour by the Apollo 10 command module. B. AI can process new information at much higher rate than human mind can. The AI for Mars project utilized picture data from NASA's Curiosity rover. Participants in the early stage of the project categorized nearly 500,000 photographs, highlighting the characteristics like sand and rock that rover drivers typically watched out for when planning paths on Mars. At the end, an algorithm called spUN was used as it achieved 198% accuracy in identifying these properties, outperforming humans in processing image data very efficiently. C. AI is more precise than humans. An MRI accuracy study published by Jeffrey D. on April 7, 2020 states that artificial intelligence system achieved 91% accuracy, surpassing skilled humans in terms of accuracy, like radiology residents having 56% accuracy, general radiologists having 57% accuracy, neuroradiologists having 77% accuracy, and even academic neuroradiologists having 86% accuracy in 3 different diagnoses. D. AI can make real-time decisions in space. The vast expanse of space, there can be substantial delay of communication. AI can take critical decisions in real time by evaluating present data for autonomous operations, hazard avoidance, and time-sensitive observations. SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket is a prime example. It uses an AI autopilot system to perform autonomous operations such as docking with the International Space Station. This also reflects the capability of AI present in space of technology readiness level between 7 to 9. The technology readiness level, TRL, is a systematic metric used to assess the maturity level of a particular technology which was originally developed by NASA. TRL between 2 to 3 is considered to be in the development stage, and TRL between 7 to 9 are the systems born through successful mission operations. The future also stands bright as systems of TRL present between 2 to 3 are being developed. By embracing the potential of autonomous AI and robots in space exploration, we not only ensure the safety of our astronauts, minimize costs, and pace of the space development, also pave the way for unprecedented discoveries and advancements in our understanding of and participation in the cosmos. For these reasons, Team Psyche urges you
Thank you.
to join
Your
our
time is up.
and affirm the solution. Thank you.
Let's now hear from -2 of Team Capstone in the 2-minute cross-examination.
Okay, so first, how are the missions you are mentioning autonomous? Like, please really like define that aspect.
As I had given the example of Falcon 9 rocket, which is used, it has a navigation system which is used for docking with the ISS autonomously.
So is that control like here by humans, or is that like completely like separated from humans? They're in space.
The docking happens in space, so there are AI algorithms controlling it.
Okay. How are you so sure that AI will be more efficient in space, like when they are there? Like, do you have like evidence to prove that they have been like more efficient in space than humans?
Yes, we gave like many examples regarding it, even for trying travel time and distance and about information processing. This reflect how they are more efficient.
Is speed equivalent to quality? Because you mentioned something about efficiency, but you mentioned something about like they can be faster and stuff like that. But like, is really like speed equivalent to quality? Do you have like a
Yeah,
measure to find like
as
how effective? I have not finished with my question, sorry. Do you have
okay,
a
fine.
measure to find out how effective AI solutions are?
By the result they obtain, we can judge the outcome from that.
Are you aware that solar wind slows down robots?
Yes. So if there's a manned mission also planned, it will slow it down too.
Can you repeat that, sorry?
If there's a manned mission plan, solar storms will also affect them too.
Okay, and overall, like you mentioned about economic efficiency, what are the economics impacts of this? Like of making a lot of AIs, like autonomous AIs, because that's high tech.
Okay, short
That's
answer,
really
please.
expensive.
Short
I
answer.
start with my speech.
Yeah, you can start with your speech. You have 4 minutes.
Okay, thank you. Hello, fellow judges, moderator, and debaters. I am Deseret of Team CAPSTONE, and today I am honored to be the second speaker of the negative team. For our second argument, we have that living space development to autonomous AI and robotic systems wouldn't be the best option since it will provoke the job loss of many people, creating an economic crisis among society, which would also be linked to the breakage of the universalized community since it will provoke the loss of the sense of purpose among society. First of all, we should be aware that one of the main principles AI was created under was to help humans and make their course easier, meaning that AI was not created to replace them. According to Econometrica, the chance of crime commitment increases around 23% for employees who were displaced by mass layoffs. Also, according to a study made by International Monetary Fund, around 40% of jobs would be affected by AI and wealth inequality will increase. This is not the best thing to happen to a universalized community since it will harm lots of people whose salary and economic situation depends solely on this job, and it would also harm society as a whole, which at the same time will break the sense of community and importance, hence universalization among it. Why would this happen? We already explained that the sense of community in a universalized context is mainly based on the way the individuals of that community interact and work with each other, as well as the values shared between them. By letting space exploration be done by autonomous AI and robotic systems, we wouldn't be making the community actively work together in such an important environment as it is space exploration. Why is this specific environment important for the sense of community? We have seen that throughout the history of humanity, nations have been competitive with other nations to see who has more power, not only on Earth, but also outside of it. According to the NASA, we can picture this with the historical event that completely changed the course of space exploration and development, the space race between the United States of America and the Soviet Union during 1955 to 1975, when moon landings were being done by people and not only by objects. This created a sense of inspiration and belonging among people that AI alone wouldn't be able to imitate. When a space advancement was done by one nation, its people felt happy to be called fellow citizens of it. It created a sense of inspiration and purpose that all members share, which only helped them make their sense of community and belonging stronger. It is important that we take in mind that the sense of purpose of a community is linked with their social responsibility, which at the same time is linked with their desire to make things for the improvement of their own community. Also, AI and robots are not supposed to harm humans in any way since, I repeat, they were created to help us. Displacing humans from their jobs is extremely harmful for the community since it will create an economic crisis among them, as I already mentioned. This could also cause protests and divisions in society, which don't benefit the desire to preserve global cooperation as strongly as it can be. AI and robotic systems replacing humans in space development is not a great idea since you will be implicit that humans are no longer needed or prefer to perform a job that involves crossing terrestrial boundaries in order to look for the expansion of their own community. In other words, you're implying that the community doesn't play an important role in its own development to make themselves greater. By this happening, loss of inspiration and lack of purpose will start to surface, complicating cooperation since the members of the community will no longer feel obligated to make things for their community, meaning that social responsibility will be non-existent, and this will end up breaking the universalized society that was so complicated to build in the first place. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Now, Team Psyche, you can start your 2-minute cross-examination.
As you were talking about job replacement, during the Industrial Revolution, many job displacement happened. But you saw that by making right policies and all, humans overcame that. So right now is also a phase of development for humanity. So don't you think humans can just come over there and they can just find new jobs like the industry of IT is like expanding. So don't you think they will just find new jobs? And the industrial revolution is a good example for that. What are your thoughts on that?
That will be something extremely good to happen if it was that easy to look for other jobs.
But what are your thoughts on the expanding market of IT? It's growing day by day.
Can you repeat the question?
The expanding market of IT, it's growing day by day. So what are your thoughts on that?
Of ID?
IT, technology.
Oh, okay. Technology is indeed increasing, and that's why, like, if it's such a big sector, then I think that humans should participate in that. Because as I mentioned, trying to serve the community or having that desire to serve for their own community is part of what, like, makes the universalized community stay together. So in the contrary of like AI, like growing up and that stuff, I think that humans should be involved in that as well.
And as you had mentioned, a space is a expanse filled with very dangerous things. So, in this dangers, don't you think it's better to launch robotic missions instead of human?
As I mentioned, to try and make your community to actually have a sense of purpose among society, you really want to preserve the universalized context, humans need to actively participate because that basically makes them try to belong. If people don't feel like they belong somewhere, they won't try to cooperate with people. And oh, sorry.
Time is up. Thank you. Now we will begin a 2-minute prep time for both teams to prepare their rebuttals. Okay, Neg 3 from Team Capstone, please give your rebuttal in your 4 minutes of time.
Hello everyone, my name is Andrei Pruna of Team Capstone and I will be the third speaker of the negative side today. I will be offering the rebuttals of the negative side. During this debate, my teammates and I have expressed why the status quo needs to be maintained. We first showcased that AI and robotic systems can malfunction and are not reliable. These have been a part of great disasters while working autonomously and thus should not be allowed to work autonomously. Secondly, we presented reasons why AI and humans should work together. After that, we explained why implementing these AI systems will harm universalization and negatively affect the community by removing humans from their jobs and cause the loss of the sense of purpose among it. The first affirmative speakers mentioned the fact that AI is cheaper, but has not offered evidence of what this will do to the world economy. Evidence of Case Western Reserve University proves that displaced workers experience a 20% increase in criminal charges. This is not encouraging the concept of universalization. In cross examination, when asked, they have not offered a good enough solution to space debris. They said that they will replace robots continuously, but they have not offered the solution of what they will do with the space debris that comes up. Also, in the cross-examination there has appeared a debate about the definition of autonomy. The Merriam-Webster dictionary says that autonomy or having autonomy is self-governing. How can we do this with human intervention? They also have no response for our definition about space development, which is defined by John K. Strickland as extending human activities beyond the Earth into the solar system and creating permanent or semi-permanent human bases and facilities in space. Will these ambitions be lost with this resolution? Will the ambition of creating space settlements be lost? The second affirmative speaker has not offered the solution to job loss as well. They have stated that AIs will be better, but they will not necessarily be better than humans. A computer scientist at Auburn University in Alabama says that a 2018 study found that a state-of-the-art AI that would normally correctly identify a school bus the right side up failed to do so if the bus was flipped in 97% of the times. AI is not good enough to work alone. In an attempt to lessen welfare fraud in the Netherlands, the Dutch government used an algorithm to find abusers of tax credit. With minimal human oversight, the algorithm targeted residents, it seemed risky, and flagged potential frauders. As a result, 26,000 families were targeted and falsely ordered to pay money they didn't owe. In the cross-examination, we saw a good debate with both parties, but this has still not resolved the problem with autonomy and the definition of it. There was still nothing talked about the economic impact of these jobs being lost. Also, a study in Econometrica in Brazil proves that the probability of committing crimes increases on average by 23% for workers displaced by massive layoffs. AI is also biased. For example, in 2019, scientists found a nationally deployed healthcare algorithm in the USA that was racially biased, affecting millions of Americans. The AI would enroll healthier white patients in the program ahead of black patients who are sicker. In conclusion, we have offered plenty of evidence that proves humans should work together with AI as these two complement each other. We can't stress enough the fact that it did not respond to our dictionary definition of autonomy. I want to state again that the Merriam-Webster dictionary defines having autonomy as self-governing. Their solution of humans having an input in this autonomous AI is nothing less than the status quo, and that's why we think this should be maintained. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Now, affirmative 3 of Psyche will give the 4-minute rebuttal.
Okay. Esteemed judges, distinguished guests, and fellow debaters, I'm Natik Sajoga, and this is my rebuttal speech for the affirmative. Team Psyche champions efficient, safe, and rapid space exploration with AI and robots. They negatively romanticize human space flight, but space demands a more pragmatic approach. Cost matters. Space exploration is expensive. A 2018 National Research Council study highlights the massive difference. A staggering $500 billion for crewed Mars mission versus a $10 to $20 billion for robotic one. Imagine the scientific breakthroughs from a 25 to 50 additional unmanned missions funded from these savings. As said in the previous speeches, AI offers more than just cost savings. Beyond cost, AI offers these advantages. Faster exploration. The Parker Solar Probe demonstrates AI's potential for faster missions. Superior analysis. The AI for Mars project showcases AI's superior image processing capabilities crucial for unlocking cosmic secrets. Real-time decisions. AI autopilots like Falcon 9 system demonstrate quicker responses during launches and landings. Addressing negative arguments. Space exploration is about extending human presence, and AI is the key. Permanent settlements rely on robots like robots currently exploring Mars. The 2021 Perseverance rover even uses AI on for autonomous navigation, paving the way for human habitation. Negwan further argues that AI lacks experience and is easily known for making mistakes. This is demonstrably untrue. In 2017, IBM's AI successfully predicted and mitigated equipment failures on the ISS. AI is constantly learning, trained on vast datasets, encompassing diverse scenarios. AI constantly improves its ability to handle novel situations. Medwan claims AI in space is without human intervention. False. Think of AI as a highly skilled teammate. Humans will provide oversight and mission control, just like the Apollo missions. The 2022 ESA Hero mission exemplifies this human AI collaboration for answer deflection. The argument made that AI needs companionship in space misses the point. AI is a tool designed for specific tasks. Robots like Curiosity are thriving on Mars without human company, gathering vital scientific data. The net one also argues that for maintaining the status quo in space exploration. However, why should we limit ourselves? AI has the potential to revolutionize this field, making it faster, safer, and more efficient. The future of space exploration demands embracing progress, not clinging to outdated methods. Concerns about AI manipulation based on language chatbots is irrelevant. Scientific AI bears no resemblance to conversational language models. Nectar expresses concern about AI replacing jobs. While AI can automate tasks, it is more accurate to see AI as a partner, not a competitor. In space exploration, AI can handle routine tasks and data analysis, freeing up human specialists to focus on scientific discovery, mission control, and complex problem solving. A 2017 study by the McKinsey Global Institute estimates that AI-powered automation can lead to significant cost savings. These savings can then be used to fund other human endeavors in space exploration and technology development on Earth. The Net2 also argues that space exploration is about human connection and community, which a feeling AI can't replicate. We agree that human achievement and exploration are core aspects of this endeavor. AI won't replace the human spirit of discovery. However, AI is a powerful tool, allowing humans to venture further and achieve more. Imagine a network of AI probes exploring further
Thank you.
distance.
Your time is up. Now we will begin a 2-minute prep time for both teams to prepare their summaries. Okay, let's now hear from -4 team, Capstone, the 4-minute summary.
Hello everyone, I'm Adarsh Adhikari of Team Capstone and I'll be sharing the summary. The idea of combining the strengths of both humans and robots in space exploration is not a new concept. It has been explored and discussed by space agencies and experts for many years. One early example of this was the Mars Pathfinder mission in 1997, which sent a rover to Mars to explore the planet's surface. The rover was remotely controlled by humans on Earth, leveraging the strengths of both humans and robots to conduct a successful mission. Nowadays, NASA is one of the leading space agencies that is exploring the use of robots and humans in space exploration. As mentioned previously, NASA's Artemis program is a prime example of this. The program aims to send humans back to the moon by 2024 and establish a sustainable presence on the moon by leveraging the strengths of both humans and robots. In addition to the Artemis program, NASA is also exploring the use of robots in other space exploration missions. One example is the Mars 2020 mission, which sent a rover named Perseverance to explore the surface of Mars. Perseverance is equipped with advanced scientific instruments that can collect data and samples from the Martian surface, which can then be analyzed by scientists on Earth. The rover is also designed to help pave the way for future human missions to Mars by testing technologies that can support human exploration. Both humans and robots are crucial to space exploration. Humans possess cognitive abilities which robots can function in hostile environments. However, robots are prone to technical failures that can jeopardize mission success, as exemplified by the loss of the Mars Climate Orbiter due to a navigation error caused by a software communication issue. We can't stress enough the fact that the affirmative side did not respond to our definitions for space development and autonomy. Human ambitions of of exploring space and building space stations should not be lost. The solution of the affirmative side is nothing more than what the status quo provides today. We were expecting a response to the risen criminality rate and also how this will badly influence the universalization. We, as the affirmative side, believe that human lives and the welfare of these are most important, which cannot be possible if these jobs are lost. NASA itself has 17,000 employees who will all lose their jobs. No response was given to this economic crisis. Too much evidence proves that the loss of these jobs will harm the general population. Nonetheless, by leveraging the strengths of both humans and robots, space agencies can conduct successful and sustainable space exploration missions. They can continue to develop new technologies, medical advancements, and international cooperation, as seen with the International Space Station and other collaborative efforts. Ultimately, the combination of human creativity and AI powered technology is the key to unlocking the mysteries of the universe and paving the way for future space exploration. These points make a strong case for why we should win, and all of the points are in our favor. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Finally, we'll hear from Affirmative 4 from Team Psyche, who will begin their summary in the 4-minute allotment. Negative.
Team judges and fellow debaters. To wrap up today's debates, I would like to provide an overview of everything we've discussed and why I believe that the affirmative team Psyche has a stronger case. Let's begin with seeing what the negative team has said. They first talk about how AI is not ready, but that does not reflect on the rapidly growing technology readiness scale. AI has already been widely used, whether through the NASA rovers example we gave or the Falcon rockets. Their team mentioned that launch space missions pose huge challenges to crew members, but propose no solutions or follow-up information. So we would like to point out that robots will be the perfect solution to their dilemma. Their second argument was the job displacement caused by AI. However, we cannot look at things only through one angle. With every new invention, change is inevitable. We've seen repeatedly in history, whether through the invention of steam engine in the Industrial Revolution, not only does some job get replaced, but an unprecedented number of new occupations and sectors were unlocked. While transitions can be difficult, history has shown that with the right education, training, and policies, society can adapt to these changes, and instead of being afraid of change, embracing the benefits of technological breakthroughs is what we need to do. Lastly, they emphasize on companionship, on the collaboration between humans and AI. We've never denied that. Throughout the round, we emphasize that AI having independence doesn't mean humans don't still have control over them. At the end of the day, we made them. AI and robotic systems are technologies that we created, and their job is to help us, not replace us. That is why the use of AI would not harm universalization, but provide more opportunity to the human society. Then let's move on to reviewing the affirmative cases contentions. Again, a single human life is irreplaceable. That is why, before all, we are most concerned with human safety. In our first speech, we talked about the use of AI and robots in industries like furnace tapping and offshore energy. As we seem to agree in this round, space is a place filled with danger and uncertainty. Under this environment, we value the use of AI and robots because they save us, human, from these dangerous situations. Our second contention was cost, which is an important and realistic factor in the space development industry. We have shown numerical evidence such as the stark difference in cost for one space mission to Mars with $10 to $20 billion for a robotic mission and $500 billion for a manned mission. In other words, one single manned mission can fund 25 to 50 robotic missions. We also compared the long-term cost, which is the expensive life support system required for manned missions. As we mentioned in our second speech, the daily cost of life support for a crew of 4 astronauts on the ISS is at $100,000. On the other hand, robotic systems can generate energy through solar power, which is not only cheaper, cleaner, but also sustainable. Our third contention was increased efficiency. In our second speech, we compared the highest velocities reached by man and robotics missions. The robotic missions is 6.3 times faster than manned mission. The simple comparison highlights how, in terms of efficiency, robots are far more superior than human. So why is this important? It shows us that using robots is not only cheaper, but faster and more efficient, allowing more missions to be carried out, accelerating space developments and the achievements of universalization. As we're concluding, I would also like to remind ourselves that we are debating today as part of the spUN debate, which focuses on taking us to the next phase of human developments in space and the value of universalization. According to the National Space Society's own definition of universalization, it is a transition from a nation state to a single worldview of humanity. With this transition requires this change and revolution, and that is why AI and robotic systems are able to offer. So the final debate comes down to the difference between our affirmative world, in which we engage in space developments with the most safe and efficient use of current resources,
Thank you.
and the
time's up.
opponent's negative world, which happen to argue for the same companion cause, despite continuously bringing up the theoretical disadvantages of AI. In the case of the negative world, how can we talk about
Your time is up.
universalization?
Affirmative 4, please.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. So thank you, everyone. Judge Andrew, would you like a couple of minutes before you're going to give your feedback and the winning team?
Yes, just a few extra minutes would be nice.
Okay.
Hello, everyone. Could we have all the cameras up while Judge Dudowitz finishes his tallying? You have all the cameras up. That's great. Thank you. Excellent. I hope today has been interesting for you, to say the least. I love to see those backgrounds. I wanted to ask Veronica, what is that item in the background? Is that an asteroid?
Yes, it is like a asteroid Psyche.
That's great. I love that. Love that. It's very good. Capstone, if you can put together a background moving forward, that would be fantastic. And Judge Dudowitz, we'll just wait for you to unmute, and then we'll know that you're ready to go. I'm wondering about how you felt about today's experience. Let's see, Capstone, what was your feeling for today? Shema?
It was nice listening to different arguments, and we can learn a lot from each other and from the feedbacks from our teammates. It's nice. It helps us get new ideas and new motivations to do things.
Good, good. So then, yes, would you say that you have ventured into some areas of knowledge that you did not have before about space and what happens in space?
I think that I have, because I mean, I have always been interested in space and science in general, but I think that coming together with like people from different backgrounds that view science and space in different contexts, like it was like a pretty interesting and like valuable experience to learn from others, and also like to learn from our coaches and from the judges and all the feedback. So I mean, I think that I really liked the experience overall.
Cool. How did you sleep last night? Nick, I'm sorry I know I'm going to mess this up. From Psyche, Nick Sai. Please pronounce your name for me.
It's Psyche.
Sai. Okay. How did you sleep last night? Did you sleep well, or were you a little bit nervous?
Well, I was a bit nervous. I had to work on my rebuttal speeches a lot.
Mm-hmm. Very good. And so, do you feel like for the next debate, you'll feel more confident?
Yeah, well, I had some experience by now, and I'll probably be more confident in the next few debates, because I learned a lot from these two debates and the practice debates, and that will help me a lot in learning and preparing my future speeches.
Very cool. From Capstone, Adarsh, how has this experience been for you? Have you debated in something similar to this, an international situation before?
No, it's the first time for me in such a in an international platform, and it is a really good experience. I like the situation of like those cross-sex and all.
Very good. It looks like Judge Dudowitz might be ready.
Yes. Yeah, thank you, Francis, for joining, though. Yeah, so I was gonna say, without further ado, let me just talk a little bit about my decision and how this debate went. So again, great job to both sides here. Again, this was a really fun debate. I heard as well you talking about all the work you put into this debate, right? Both sides should be really proud. There's a bunch of points, a lot of research went into this. And again, both sides researching all these different issues on space development, AI, especially in space. Yeah, so again, both sides should feel really good. This was a really fun debate to watch and to learn a lot more about space and AI for myself as well. So with that, I ended up voting. I'll let you guys know, right? So I ended up voting for the negative side for Team Capstone. And so let me talk a little bit about why for this debate I chose the negative side. So for this debate, I think both sides did a pretty good job talking about AI, and kind of both sides are putting forth their evidence, right? That you spent a lot of time trying to research, right? Talking about, is AI good? Is AI bad? Is AI especially ready to function autonomously? Is AI not ready? Both sides are putting out there and have a lot of good evidence going at that argument, where I think the negative really has a clear advantage, right? And really hammers home the point that space development would not be best performed by autonomous AI, is especially on the economic cost and on the employees being displaced and the loss of a universalized community, or a community of, are based around universalization. I think especially the Neg2 and Neg3 speakers did a very good job talking about the loss of universalization. And they give a lot of research about this as well. That's not good for universal communities, that they will be harmed by the developments in AI. They will lose a sense of community and belonging, and towards space exploration. If AI autonomously is leading these missions, or at the very least humans have a reduced role in kind of space development and space exploration. I think that the affirmative could do a better job kind of going at this point. And I think, for example, like the affirmative 3 and especially affirmative 4, right? You kind of answer that a little bit more, especially towards the end of this debate. For example, talking about the Industrial Revolution, right? Like AI has, or I shouldn't say AI, right? There have been many technological changes in the past, which is correct, right? There have been many, like in the Industrial Revolution, there's been lots of technological changes where people have lost their jobs. But I think that this is, again, one single argument, and it's not hammered enough home, if that makes sense. It's not quite focused on just enough. That's kind of the only argument I have, while the negative talks a lot about how, again, that they kind of admit as well, right? Yes, there have been technological changes, but AI is unique, right? AI will inevitably cause a lot of jobs. It will inevitably cause a large job loss, or lots of jobs are being lost, for example, at NASA, for example, just because of this humans being reduced in their role. And then also talking about, for example, the history of space, right? That if when humans don't have a sense of belonging, or they feel they have a stake in space development, you've seen protests, you've seen, especially with employees losing their jobs in this field or other areas, when they cite lots of things like the International Monetary Fund, for example. And they just cite example how that this loss of community, this loss of universalization, and for example, just employees losing their jobs related to space, this could cause higher crime rates. This could cause higher sense, again, of protest, or just dissatisfaction in general. And so I think, especially in terms of spun debates, right, when we're looking at universalization, we're looking at the benefits and disadvantages of space development and AI. I think the negative has a lot of unique and really specific arguments that the affirmative doesn't address, or could do a better job of addressing. I think they said that that they don't do as good of a job answering a lot of those things about economic crises. And again, for example, again, the affirmative does do a good job. They could talk about human costs, especially the financial cost. But I think, like I said, the negative does respond to those other arguments, right, or to the affirmative's arguments well enough. And so I think that the negative is still winning, right, or the negative is still doing a better job on the loss of jobs, autonomy, economic change, etc. And then, I mean, some other things, like I know there was a little bit of talk about space debris, which didn't come up too much, right? But that's kind of another point that I would agree that the affirmative doesn't talk too much about. It doesn't really have a great answer for, talking about, if we have the potential to send more AI, like AI will allow us to send more missions into space, right? But that also creates more space debris. So, I mean, that's another kind of argument that the affirmative doesn't necessarily have an answer for. And then looking if I have any other comments here. Yeah, I think that's about it. So, I mean, otherwise I'm open for questions, but yeah, as I said, I hope that makes sense to everyone. And like I said, this was a really good debate. That's just kind of where I landed on. I think especially that economic change argument, right, and then losing jobs, etc. That's kind of a really good argument for the negative, that the affirmative could do a better job of explaining in the future debates or beyond. So.
Okay, thank you,
Yeah.
Judge Andrew. Great, excellent job, everyone. Thank you for participating in the 2024 SPUN Debate Tournament. Judge, please be sure and enter your scores into tabroom.com. Debaters, watch Tabroom at spundebates.tabroom.com to see when you will be debating next and the position you will represent if your team is continuing in the debates. The SPUN Debates program would not be possible without the students, without the student debaters, coaches, hosts, and moderators, and judges. Many thanks. Goodbye, everyone.